Wow. I mean, look at this. Normally I would have to dent this out, but I don't like denting because I'm lazy about that. The other thing is the roots are so intertwined now that it may end up hurting everything. So I'll just wait till they get one big plug, transplant them out there, and dent them out as they get bigger. And you can see right here, this lettuce, it's about time for a transplant. And I always like to let the roots start budding out of the container. You see those little 2 white strings? That tells me the plug is ready. Now when I pull the plug out, you can tear open the bottom if you like doing that. I do not like disrupting the soil at all because of the microbiology. The bacteria forms chains that disrupts it. This creates more work for the plant. So I just do not like causing disturbances. So the only thing I'm going to be planting today is this lettuce. The rest can wait. And you can see I've cleared out some room in the garden. Now this is where you have to realize in the fall where the position of the sun versus the lighting demands of the plant. Your Bacillus, so I'm probably slaughtering that word, which is your broccoli, cauliflower, kale, needs between 6 to 8 hours of sunlight. And the way my garden faces on a north-south axis. And to give you an idea down here, this is my southernmost tip, and you can see it's a mess where the beehives are facing the northern part. Now I have to be careful of the cucumbers, and you see the cucumbers are showing some heat issues. So I will be right back with some watering cans. Okay, you can use a garden fork, a spade, any type of digging material. I love these Hori knives because it just makes things a lot simpler, a lot easier. Now I do have to be mindful where I plant because of these cucumbers. And if you're wondering why they look wintry, all cucumbers will wilt in sunlight to preserve water. So I gotta look at my available spacing here. Now, looking what I have, this plant would be perfect right here because it's protected. I can dig this up and clean up some things out here. So let me just reapply this somewhere. This is why I hate grass. I really dislike grass. I'll figure out what to do with you later. Okay. Let me just reclip this here. This makes sense, but I don't want to block my walkway. I must rather plant it right about here because it gets a lot more sunlight. And this will be far enough away from the lettuce so it doesn't interfere, and it gives me a nice pathway. You always have to be considering of your pathways, how you're going to walk. If you're going to step on anything, if that impacts the soil, just move this a bit. Okay. Now, when I transplant, I always loosen this up a little. This to make this plug easy. Hopefully you got that in camera. I select my spot. I got this guy. just going to plant it right here. So I dig my hole. And what you could do is put the pot in as you dig in the hole. So that way you already have the plug dealt with as you're making the hole. So it saves some time and effort. And you see, you may not be able to see the dirt, but it's very easy for me to dig into. Now, when I pull the plug, this is just why I do it. Down, you see how it just comes out one big plug? And just pop it like so. No disruptions, none of that stuff. And I just backfill as I go. I do so more gently around the here, because I don't want to disrupt any leaves. Then I mound them up. That just adds a little extra protection. And you're done. The pot will just need to be rinsed off. If you have a washing station, you can leave it out to dry out naturally if you want to go that route. And that's how I do my transplanting. As far as fertilization goes, which will be another video, I'll also show that in the next video. My battery's getting low, so I don't have a lot of time. But that was the only bit of how I show you how to do transplanting. You just have to be careful when you separate the roots. If you're trying to disrupt the root ball of hitting the taproot, you hit the taproot, that plant's dead. That's the reason why I do not like messing with the roots. But this has been Tulsa Urban Farmer. As always, if you like the content, hit that like button, help get the content out. Feel free to sub and leave comments, and I'll catch you in the next video.